So, new PlayStation partner studio announced graphics update 3.1 is now live with frame boost, and Naughty Dog's new IP gets another update. Those are the stories we're going to cover today, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. First, yes or no, do you think we're going to get a PlayStation event announcement this week or not? This is the last week of May, and all of us have been waiting for a while now for Sony to announce something before Summer Games Fest goes live next month. It's looking like it's probably a state of play at this point, but regardless, do you think we're going to get any event announcement this week from PlayStation? So comment below, yes or no, if you think we're going to get a PlayStation event announcement this week or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, new PlayStation partner studio announced. Reading from GameRant, Istanbul-based Shadowfall Studio has announced that it is an official PlayStation partner. This indie developer is currently working on its debut project, codenamed Project Darren, and it seems to have caught the eye of market-leading platform holder PlayStation. The game's story is designed around two-player co-op, but single-player functionality will also be available, possibly with a friendly AI character. Gameplay-wise, Shadowfall Studio claims that Project Darren will have a fast-paced hybrid combat system which allows the player to string together magical and melee abilities simultaneously, as well as a rune crafting system to enhance the player's arsenal. From the images provided, Project Darren appears to be a first-person game. The budding studio has received a substantial amount of attention thanks to its PlayStation partnership announcement and confirmed a gameplay reveal trailer for Project Darren in the coming days. So this is interesting, obviously, because when they mention in the coming days, obviously we're all thinking, is this at the next PlayStation event? Maybe we're all just coping, but that's what comes to, my mind personally. But could it be there? Could it show up at this state of play? A little indie project pops up there. But besides that, the game does look interesting. Obviously, I'm gonna need to see gameplay, something more around the game, more than just the pictures that we've seen so far to make a better judgment. Those pictures do show that this game is first person, so it seems to be following the Skyrim formula so far. It looks like Skyrim and Avowed. So let's see if we get a new trailer in the coming days, hopefully at a PlayStation event. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Naughty Dog's new IP gets another update. So last week we spoke about Neil Druckmann kind of hyping up their next game, stating that it could redefine mainstream perception of gaming. Everyone made their guesses as to what that could mean, but apparently that's not what Neil said. Reading from The Gamer, in a tweet thread, Druckmann highlighted the comment about redefining mainstream perceptions of gaming and revealed that it was not quite what he said. The thread shows Druckmann's full response to the question, which he says had some of the words context and intent removed. You can actually check what he said down below. So this is what he said over on X. I'm also excited to see how the world reacts to it, because The Last of Us and the success of the show, people even outside of gaming are looking to us to see what it is that we put out next. I'm very excited to see what the reaction for this thing will be, and I've already said too much about it. I'll stop there. As you can see from Druckmann's response here, there's nothing in there about redefining the mainstream perception of gaming, and he simply says that he's excited to see how the world reacts to it, their new game, after what happened to The Last of Us. And so this seems to be a mix-up on Sony's end. They're the ones who interviewed him, and it's not what he said. Obviously, from the text, it doesn't actually mention anywhere anything about redefining mainstream perception of gaming. He has the full text up on X for the interview, and even in that one, there's no mention of redefining mainstream perception of gaming. So I don't know why whoever interviewed him at Sony, I don't know why they went that route or changed up what he said. I think he's only referring to people from two different audiences meshing together. You watch The Last of Us, you might want to play their next game. If you like the game The Last of Us, you might want to watch the show. So maybe people who like The Last of Us might be interested in Naughty Dog's next game. That's basically kind of what I get from this now. But you guys let me know if you would buy a sci-fi game from Naughty Dog or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, graphics update 3.1 is now live. So we spoke about this not too long ago in reference to FSR 3.1. This was a big update because this is when AMD was separating frame generation and FSR from each other. Frame generation is a tool that we've spoken about before that gives you a smoother overall image, creating images within images. So if a game is running at 60 FPS, actually running at 60 FPS, frame generation would boost that to possibly 90 FPS, maybe sometimes even over 100 FPS, but that's just for the image. It looks like it's running at 90 or 100 plus, but the latency will feel like it's 60 because it's actually running at 60 FPS in terms of performance, but the image quality is running at 90. Regardless, people wanted it because it gives you a smoother overall image, which is one of the big benefits of playing at higher FPS counts. This update also brought improvements to the FSR upscaling technology to provide a better overall image because that hasn't been updated since 2022 until this year. Consoles have yet to get frame generation, but the first game to get it on console was announced a few weeks ago, and that was Immortals of Aveum, which is also on PlayStation Plus. That game has now gotten the update and has both FSR 3.1 upscaling tech and frame generation for the first time on consoles. Here's what the developer said. Ascendant Studios, here's what they said. For the first time ever on console, AMD FSR 3 with frame generation is releasing today in Immortals of Aveum on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS. FSR 3 uses a combination of super resolution temporal upscaling technology and frame generation to deliver smoother frame rates in supported games. This technology uses optical flow technology and temporal game data such as motion vectors to generate additional high quality frames for a higher frame rate. And there's more. This update also extends support for VRR monitors and TVs on all platforms, which improves frame pacing and reduces occurrences of judder or screen tearing. Now all Immortals of Aveum players can enjoy better quality visuals, improved frame rates, and improved game performance on an even broader set of hardware thanks to AMD FSR 3 and our partners at Enduring Games. So I don't know the difference between how the game looked before the update, but it's pretty cool to see a direct FSR frame generation toggle on console. You don't usually see something like this. One thing I will say from playing it, trying it out with FSR 3.1 and frame generation, between switching frame generation off and on, you can clearly tell with it off, the picture is more jittery compared to when it's on. So that's a big plus to enjoying the game, because when I had it off, I just didn't want to play the game like that compared to when I had it on. I assume Digital Foundry will do a comparison to see the resolution image quality changes and how much that's improved from before. But what I'm looking at right now looks good. I'm not Digital Foundry, obviously. I'm not pixel counting or looking at the details of the image and comparing all of that. But either way, this is exciting. I hope more games get it, and Sony has their upscaler coming on the way soon as well, and we'll be covering that as well on the channel, so definitely subscribe for that. But it's nice to see upscaling becoming more of a thing nowadays, because you get more performance out of the games that out of the consoles and platforms that you already have. But you guys let me know if you've played Immortals of Aveum or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is a part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "Make It Happen, Sony." This is in reference to the next PlayStation event, which I still hope is a PlayStation showcase, even if they announce it this week and it happens, first week of June. That's fine with me. It doesn't really matter. I just hope they announce a showcase soon. If it's a state of play, I hope they still have some big reveals like a Ghost of Tsushima 2, which I doubt. That seems like more of a showcase thing, but we'll see. If you're excited or hopeful that we do get an event this week or maybe even next week, destroy the comment section with "Make It Happen, Sony," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.
Appearance of the star-cast characters. We try to capture their sculpture and